Hey eBay sellers, it's Suzanne A. Wells, and we are on video number 97 on my channel. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, today we are going to talk about shoes, and the brand is called Mephisto, Mephisto, and this might be a new one to you. Real quick, my disclaimer that these are suggestions for items to sell. Please do your own research and make sure that the item you are buying at the price you are buying it works for your business. Okay, so let's talk about this company and a little bit of history. This has been around for a while. In 1965, Martin McKelly found Mephisto with a singular goal to make the world's finest footwear. Today he owns and operates Mephisto from the world headquarters and original factory in France. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that one. His shoes are now sold in over 80 countries, with the U.S. headquarters located in Franklin, Tennessee. Mephisto represents a world-class product with loyal customers and a brand driven by one man's unshakable belief that excellence can and will be achieved in every day with every pair. These shoes are really expensive, so let's take a look at the investment in comfort. So the company looks at this product as you're investing in the health of your feet and comfort. Actually, comfort of your feet, back, and legs. The materials, construction techniques, and quality components used to make every pair are never compromised. It is not uncommon to get years of wear from a pair of Mephistos. Furthermore, when refurbishment is needed, most of our styles are completely recraftable and can be restored to their original specifications. They are technically superior. While maintaining our high standards of handcrafted excellence, Mephisto is also a leader in an innovative technology. Our designers and engineers are never satisfied and continue to search for ways to improve the comfort features of our footwear and make the finest footwear even finer. So let's take a look at what these shoes retail for. They do make men's and women's in casual, athletic, and dressier styles. So let's just take a look at the women's, I call these Mary Janes. So you can see over here the price is $250 for this basic looking shoe. It's a nice shoe, but it's not like a high heel fashion shoe that you would see on a fashion blog or on a runway in Milan. It is a comfort shoe. And I actually found a pair of Mephistos the other day. They are black patent leather slingbacks, and the thrift store I go to, they have a $2 day. So every single thing in the store is $2. And a lot of people just go straight for the shoes. And so the shoes are usually cleaned out, but things like this are left behind because they're not high fashion. And I'm pretty sure what the people are doing is they're buying a lot of sneakers and athletic shoes and then taking them to downtown Atlanta and selling them in a variety of places. So they usually leave like this type of item or Crocs or things that I can still flip for a good price at $2. So let's take a look at a couple more pairs so you'll get an idea of what these are. Here's another one that sells for $299. This is like a loafer wedge combination, and let's see, I'm pretty sure these come in different widths, so that would be a bonus if you found these in wides or narrows. Those always do better because wide and narrow are very hard to find. Here we've got a basic sneaker look, $200, and this doesn't look super high fashion. It's pretty basic. The younger people, like my daughter, will say, oh, that's an old person's shoe. Well, so what? If you can buy them for $2 or $3 and sell them for really good prices, which I'm going to show you in a minute, who cares? This one here is a men's ankle boot, work boot type thing, and the retail was $220, and it's on sale here on the website for $172. So this is, it looks like any other style of comfort slash work boot, hiking boot. Obviously there's no steel toe on it, but it is a hiking boot, or you could just wear it for comfort. And let's see what else we've got. I know they have dress shoes. Like here we've got loafers. Let's just pick one of these and see what the price is. $335, and this is probably like the plainest looking men's shoe you're ever going to see. There's no fancy tassels or kilt on the front. It's not even a lace up. It's not wingtips. It's just a basic loafer, and the retail price is $335. So Mephisto is definitely a brand that you want to pay attention to, because these retail for really high prices. Here's one, a sandal, fisherman's type sandal, $325. So now that you know what the retail prices are, let's go take a look at eBay and see what they sell for. Okay, I have already put it on used condition in the clothing and shoes and accessories category. And let's just go to women's shoes first. One thing I wanted to show you, let me back up here, is I'm always talking about finding niche items that eBay is not saturated with. If you look here, there are only a little over 3,000 listings for this brand, which means you're not going to have a whole lot of competition, especially with like the size you're selling. There may be only a handful of the size that you have. So that's why I love selling shoes, is because it has to fit a very particular foot, and when that person comes along, you've got exactly what they need. So if you did a search for other shoes like Ralph Lauren or Adidas or Nike, or even Crocs or Keen or Merrill, you're going to find a lot more than 3,000 listings. So this is already a good brand. Not only is it very expensive, but fewer competitors. So let's go to sold listings, and we'll go back to women's. Sold, we've got 2,600, so incredible sell-through rate. You should expect to sell these pretty quickly because there's just not that many. And we can see here, starting with this ankle boot, it sold for $189. That is insane for a used shoe to sell for. So you guys out there who don't want to look through the shoes, no problem. I will look through them and find all these things you're leaving behind, because there is money out there in the shoes. If we go down a little further here, we've got your basic, these are just basic loafers, and they sold for $160. And I mean, honestly, these are not super gorgeous, fashion shoes. They are comfort shoes. And that's what's selling now, because I did a presentation last weekend, and part of that was talking about amputee shoes, where you can sell just one shoe. And I forget what the number was of diabetics in the United States, but with type 2 diabetes on the rise, there are 185,000 more people each year diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. And one of the problems is because your blood is full of sugar, basically. Before you are diagnosed, you don't know it, or if left untreated, it's very bad for your blood vessels, which means it's bad for your feet, and you can have a lot of foot problems due to damage to your blood vessels. So that's why comfort shoes are really purchased by a lot of diabetics, is because their feet hurt. So if you look at these shoes, they look very plain, very utilitarian. They're not super fabulous and fashion. You probably wouldn't buy these for fashion, but $125 for this pair. This pair of little flip-flops that only has a couple of strips of fabric on it. It has the toe loop and then the foot loop there. It sold for $115. This little shoe that there's hardly anything to it, and that's just crazy. So the sole here looks reminds me of Birkenstock with the cork sole. So those are easy to spot. Let's see what else is on here. So they do make all different styles. You just have to start flipping them over and look at the bottoms and see what the brand is. And these are also like Birkenstocks in a way that they can sell pretty well even if they're dirty and broken in. So here's another pair of slide type sandals that just have a couple of strips of fabric, and they sold for $115. So if you're not looking at the shoes, this is the kind of shoe I would spend $10 on these, because you can increase your money 10 times. There are people out there that will only spend $1 on things, but it depends on where you live and what you have access to. So, just keep that in mind when you're figuring out your profit. Anyway, you can see here that these just sell for incredible prices. So let's go look at the men's, and you'll see the same thing. In fact, probably even higher prices. Here's a pair right here, sold for $239. Some lace-up boots here, sold for $200. On down the list, these are all used shoes selling for almost $200, and they're just very basic looking. And this just floors me, even after 13 years of doing this, that you just got to think, how many pairs of these are out there in people's houses and they just don't wear them, and they're just sitting there, and we have to wait for them to be donated or for an estate sale or something to get our hands on these. There's just so much out there and so much opportunity to make money. It's just crazy. So you can see here on the men's, there's over $100 consistently for this brand. Are you always going to get over $100? No, of course not. But I'm just showing you here what's possible. So if you are not familiar with this brand, you can now start looking for it. So I hope that helps. And just remember, this name is Mephisto, and the logo is this M. Let's see if I can increase that here. It's this M. So look for that on the bottom or in the insoles of these shoes. Good luck. Happy shopping. Bye.